Hi, it's Dottie Posto, and I'm coming to you from my deck in Muskego, Wisconsin. It's a beautiful day here, and just wanted to share a couple thoughts with you on team productivity and the culture of decision making. I know that it is interesting to say the culture of decision making, but our culture really impacts so many different areas of what we do and how we work, and decision making is one of those. And I want to share with you an example of some not so great culture around decision making that I observed on a team that I worked with in the past. And this was that the team often would make a decision, and it took them a long time to make the decision. They got together oftentimes, two people here and two people here and two people here, instead of bringing all of the people who were impacted by that decision together to discuss what are the issues, what are the alternatives, what's the right solution for us to move forward. They did finally get to that point where they would make a decision. However, what I observed happen more often and more than once and more than a couple times, was that the decisions were revisited. And part of that was because one of the key decision makers wasn't in the room at the time when the decision was made, and everybody wanted to give that person the benefit of the doubt. And so the decision was revisited, and all of the work they had done was revisited. And instead of somebody standing up and say, here's what we, in a short period of time, saying, here's the information we had, here's the alternatives we looked at, here's the decision we made, and this is how we moved forward. If there is a significant issue, let's revisit it and get the right people in the room. So I think there were two issues there that I observed that can really impact and change, impact your productivity and your culture around decision making. The first one is getting all the right people in the room to make the decision, making sure that when you're assessing the issue, assessing the alternatives, bringing all the information about the alternatives, and really doing the final assessment on the issues, that all the right people are in the room, especially in leadership and decision-making roles. The second part of it is when that decision is challenged, that you bring back that information and very clearly and concisely, instead of going back and rehashing all of those discussions, to be able to very clearly, from documentation, show here's the information that was provided. This was the issue, here are the alternatives, here's the decision, and here's how we move forward. And unless there's a significant cost or a significant left turn that it's taking the project or your organization on, it should be able to stand and move forward. And that is probably what all the leader wants, and all the leader really needs, is that clear and concise, here's the information we had, here's the alternatives we assessed, and here's the decision we made. So I hope that this helps a little bit with your team productivity around decision making and culture. This is a big topic, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more in the future.